ladies and gentlemen, we've got UEFA Champions League rebrand, baby, and this rebrand will be for until, well, the end of the Champions League, when the final will reach London. This is what we will be using for it as well. Hello and welcome here to this new episode of, well, the Champions League videos, as today we will be predicting part one of the predictions. We are going to stage it more or less in 4 parts. 2 parts obviously covering the ties. For one part covering 4 ties, obviously, for this week. 1 tie. What the next part will be covering next week's games, or the games that are on the 20th. So, yeah, that is what we will be doing. We'll be talking all about that with you. And, well, stay tuned. It should be a good one. We are going to predict. Obviously, my prediction skills recently haven't been that great. But who knows? Maybe I could predict another one right. Who knows? As well, just like that then, let's get underway and let's talk about the first game of the night. So first of all, we are going to set up shop here in Deutschland, specifically in Leipzig, for the game between RB Leipzig and Real Madrid at, well, the RB Arena in Leipzig. So, well, this one, yeah, I mean, it seems hard to call, but I don't know if it will be. You get what I mean? I mean, both teams are obviously on a little bit of form. Real Madrid are doing better in the form. They did obviously beat Girona 4-0 earlier, and, well, obviously last week at the Santiago Bernabeu, which, well, helped them massively if they want to win this La Liga title, obviously for the first time since, well, 2 years ago. And, yeah, they have a very good chance now because they have 5 points. But first of all, let's talk about RB Leipzig. So, obviously, yeah, I mean, they did finish second in Group G behind, well, last year's treble winners Manchester City. So that is what we do know. Leipzig just tried their best to obviously take part in it. And they did very well, Leipzig, in the Champions League. 12 points. They had a goal difference of +3. They did very well. Indeed, they did very good. Fantastic. And, yeah, basically, they did really well there. They obviously beat the 2 teams they needed to beat to qualify. They beat Young Boys and Cervena Zvezda to go through into the next round. And, well, with a couple of players, actually, that, well, were danger man. I do know Xavi Simons, he is impressing. He is impressing in a Leipzig shirt. Xavi Simons, obviously, he played for PSV last season. Did very well there for PSV to obviously get them in a Champions League place for this season. And, yeah, Xavi Simons has helped him out. Luis Openda there from AC Lons, he's helped him out. Benjamin Šeško there, played for RB Salzburg, he has helped him out. And, well, they're starting to build a team. They're starting to build a good team now, obviously, De Rottenbullen. They're trying to build a good team there for this competition. However, when you face a team like Real Madrid, you know you're going to be up for something. You know you're going to be up for, well, a bit of danger. I mean, yeah, Real Madrid, you know the status. Even though they might not be great, they're good this season, but even though they might not be a great like they once were, you still know how dominant they are and how scary they are to up against, especially in this competition. And I think that will be a factor to take in. I mean, the benefit for them is Jude Bellingham might not play because he did pick up a bit of an injury after scoring the 2 goals against Girona. But I still think Real Madrid will be fine. I mean, Jude Bellingham is out. He will not be going to Leipzig. But I think they'll be fine, Real Madrid. I think, obviously, Vinicius Jr., Camavinga, Brahim Diaz, they will definitely affect this game in particular. I mean, Leipzig, you've obviously got Orban and Klosterman that are going to be the 2 defenders that, well, are going to be up against Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo. And I don't think they'll be able to make it, well, very easy for themselves. So I'm going to say then, for this first game, RB Leipzig versus Real Madrid, I'm going to say it will be RB Leipzig 1, Real Madrid 3. I think they will score 3 goals, Real Madrid, and I think they will, well, get the job done anyway for this game, and potentially for the Bernabeu one too. Same day, and we're off to Copenhagen, and, well, no one, and I mean absolutely no one, I don't even think Copenhagen fans thought that they would be in this position. They would not be playing February to March Champions League football. Well, my friends, thanks to my team, you've qualified. And, well, congratulations for obviously going through to the last 16 there for FC Copenhagen. First time since 2010-11 season that they did obviously qualified the same year as Apoel Nicosia got to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. But yeah, I mean, they do obviously play the might of Manchester City, Copenhagen, and well, a lot of people are obviously saying City will win this easy, but I don't think this will be as easy as people sound at the Parken Stadium. I mean, obviously at the Etihad, I think they will have different worries, but I think at the Parken, they will have it will be a tough game because the Parken atmosphere will be absolutely rocking, and I mean it'll be more rocking than it will against United, the theatre of nightmares. And it was the theatre of nightmares indeed, that place, and hopefully it will be the theatre of nightmares there for Manchester City. But I don't think it will. I think, in all seriousness, City, I think they should be fine. I think Copenhagen will give them a game, but it should be fine. I think the tactic there for Copenhagen, what they should do is just try and contain the game and get a 0-0 result. Because you know that the second leg at the Etihad is going to be the toughest challenge you probably have ever faced. So, yeah, for Copenhagen, for Jakob Nistrup, he obviously knew, he obviously managed last year against Manchester City. I would just, well, try and defend there for this result, get a positive one, so that then, when you go in there to the second leg in Manchester, try to not, well, lose your head. Because if that is the case, you're getting knocked out. And, well, when they did play the Etihad, they did lose Copenhagen 5-0, which was a big factor. And, well, Erling Haaland, who, well, is back for this game, he did score 2 goals in the 5-0 demolition job over FC Copenhagen. 30 shots City had that game, only 2 there for the Danes. But, yeah, let's talk about Manchester City. Well, they are on a 10-game winning streak. They have won a lot of games, Pep Guardiola's men, and, well, yeah, fair. Some teams you might think are easy, obviously beating Burnley, Brentford and Everton, but, well, they did the job. The citizens, they did do the job, and they have definitely changed since they got absolutely pummeled by Aston Villa. They did manage to find a way, and, well, they're doing well now, City. They're doing well, obviously, winning them games. Like I said, they're on a 10-game winning streak. City, obviously, they got 18 points in the group, maximum as you can get. The only English team that has previously done that was Liverpool in the season they did. I think they might have got knocked out, to Real Madrid that year, Liverpool. But Liverpool, they did get 18 points. Yeah, it was the 2021-22 season where Real Madrid did knock them out in the Champions League final. They are the only English club, barring from Liverpool, that have got 18 points. And, yeah, I think because of that, it's hard to not put past City there to win in this game. It's hard to not do. And, I am going to be following on that bandwagon. I do think Manchester City will win this game. I don't think they'll win it heavily. They can do if they want, but I don't think they will win heavily. I think it will be a very tight game, like I said. I think Copenhagen will probably try and, well, pressure them until the 60th minute. And then I think Manchester City will just find a way to, well, score 2 quick goals. Because that's what City do. They come out of nowhere scoring goals. And, I do think this game in particular will finish Copenhagen 0, Manchester City 2. I think Copenhagen will just try and defend for the 90 minutes, get a good result going to the second leg at the Etihad, and I don't think it will work. I think Erling Haaland will get a goal, obviously. He is back wearing a City shirt, first time in the Champions League since, well, when we played against Leipzig, young boys. And, I think Haaland will score 1, and I am going to say, potentially Nathan Ake will get a goal too, as well. That will then finish 2-0, and I do think that from that time, Manchester City should particularly go through to the quarterfinals. But you never know. But what I will say is, Copenhagen, please make this stadium a fortress for the game against City. You know what day it is today, don't you? So because of that, let's move to the City of Love as well. Paris Saint-Germain are also playing on that day against Real Sociedad, Suri from, well, Spain, or the Basque Country as they like to be from. And, basically, I think this will be the hardest game to call in this part. I know it doesn't seem like it first, but I like Real Sociedad as a football team. I think the way how they play football, I like the manager. of Sociedad, Emmanuel Berektia. I like how, obviously, Emmanuel Aguirre Berektia, he obviously likes to, well, play in a certain way, a certain Basque way, and it does work there for Sociedad. I mean, you've obviously got strike players like Andre Silva, Mikel Oyarzabal, and all of them who are playing in that certain role. And I think they will do a good job there for Real Sociedad in particular. But yeah, for Paris Saint-Germain's side, they will want to try and go through. And I actually think that for PSG, this is the best PSG team we've seen in a while, and I think this is exactly what the Parisians should do now. Don't base on top stars like they did, obviously, with Messi and Neymar. You don't need to think like that. You need to think of a team with obviously evolving around Kylian Mbappe. That is my aim if I were the Paris Saint-Germain fan. Just build a team around him, and then when you've got that, you're all fine. That, for me, is what PSG should do, and they've done it good. And what I do like what Luis Enrique has done is, like I said, he's completely changed the way and style of the club. Now they're more of a youth-based team. They're a team that, well, likes to play with young talents. Obviously, you've got players like Koulibaly there who plays for PSG. You've obviously got players like Nuno Mendes, Lucas Berrildo. You've got young players there that are playing there for PSG. And, well, I think that will do very good indeed there for the Parisians. Gonzalo Ramos and all, a young striker who is playing there for the Parisians. I think PSG obviously will have a good job there, and similar with Real Sociedad. So for me, this will be a hard one to call as well. Obviously playing against the Parisians and then Suri of Real Sociedad. So it's going to be hard to call, and I do think this one will be a hard game to call. I think I've got a slight feeling PSG will just edge it. I think they'll edge this game in particular, this game, but I think the second leg at Real Sociedad will tell. And don't be surprised if Real Sociedad knock out Paris Saint-Germain, because I rate them. In the Champions League, they've been nothing short of, well, a success. They have been a success there in the Champions League. They obviously finished top of the group, 12 points, obviously level 1 points with Inter Milan, the Nerazzurri, and yeah, they've done all right, Sociedad, to say for themselves. So I'm going to say for this game, it will only be a 1-0 win to PSG. I think it will be a tight game, but I do think Kylian Mbappe will produce one of his masterclasses, probably scoring, and I think Paris Saint-Germain will then win the game. So I'm going to say for this one, Paris Saint-Germain 1, Real Sociedad 0, but do not be surprised if there is any more goals in this game. Then finally, we will be moving off to Rome, and I tell you what, it's getting all romantic today, let me tell you that. As well, it will be SSC Lazio playing against Bayern Munich there. Basically for Bayern Munich, they're not really in that romantic loving spirit. I mean, they did get whooped against Xavi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen. Nor a Lazio. Lazio would be alright, but they haven't really been great recently. They have obviously lost a tad bit of games previously, obviously, on the run to this stage. So, yeah, we know because of that, they are a team that, well, can struggle. However, they did beat Cagliari, but Cagliari is a season that, well, everyone should really be beating. So, that is it, and simple as that. How Lazio did get here, they did finish second in their group. They did finish behind Atletico de Madrid with 14 points. And, well, yeah, first of all, I only think of this place when I think of Igor Providel when he scored that header, a goalkeeper. It was a really good header and all, do not get me wrong. And I might show you a video, actually, right now of how good that header were. But, yeah, basically, it was a very, very good header, what he scored, made, obviously, to, I think it might have been to draw against Atletico Madrid, or win, I can't quite remember. Yeah, it was to draw 1-1, and, well, you don't see that often, a goalkeeper scoring, and, well, that's what happened that game. But, yeah, I think even with the miracleness of Igor Providel, I still think, obviously, playing against the mighty Bayern Munich, it will be tough. And, well, for Bayern Munich, even though they did lose 3-0 against Bayer Leverkusen, and, well, they are now not the favourites to win the title, I still think they'll be fine. I mean, against Manchester United, they were on the B game, they didn't even play well, but yet they still managed to beat us. So if that doesn't say anything, I don't know what can. And I do think Bayern Munich will come back there with an immediate response following that. They did exactly against United following their 5-2 loss there to Eintracht Frankfurt, 5-1 loss against Eintracht Frankfurt. So I think they will be fine. I think they'll be fine, and I think they will win this one indeed, Bayern Munich. I don't know what, because obviously you know Italian teams, they are quite gritty. They can be a team that can, well, give you a fright. But I'm going to say, for this game, it will be a 2-1 Bayern Munich win. I do think Lazio will get a goal, because, well, Bayern Munich's defence are a bit shaky recently. But I'm going to say 2-1 there to Bayern Munich. I think Harry Kane will get on the score sheet. Sadly, not for Lazio. Igor Providel, he won't score. I think it will be Luis Alberto that will score, or Daichi Kamada. And then for Bayern Munich, I believe, you know what, let's say Leon Goretzka will be on the score sheet as well. Bayern Munich, I think, will win this game by 2 goals to 1. And just like that then, I will get going. So if you do like that video, then if you do say something, it would really mean a lot to me, but you don't have to. As I shall go, see you soon, stay safe. I'll be talking to you in part 2 of the UEFA Champions League. See ya, and bye-bye.